What's up everybody, I'm HoopsandHipHop and welcome to another Ultra Sun and Moon video. Now, in case you didn't know, I am a really big fan of story in video games. Whether it's an adventure game, an RPG, even a platformer, I really love digging into the story and the lore behind games, and Pokémon is no exception. Now that we have the official confirmation of what the follow-up to Sun and Moon is going to be with Ultra Sun and Moon, and we have the description of an alternate story, it has me and pretty much the entire fan base really intrigued as to what the story is going to offer. And so in today's video, I'm going to give you guys my speculation and sort of my predictions on what I think the story is going to be about. Now, the big first thing to mention is the term alternate. That is the word that they used to describe the story in the trailer, and although it was very brief and they didn't give any detail past that, there's a lot that we can look into just based on that single word. Now, the term alternate definitely suggests a form of like crystal or emerald or platinum, that sort of thing, where it literally is just an alternate version of the story with a focus on a different legendary to the prior games. However, there are certain aspects of Ultra Sun and Moon that suggest something more than just a simple change in focus. And things like that could be the fusion of Necrozma with Solgaleo Lunala, which is similar to the Q-Rem, Reshiram, Zekrom fusions that we saw in Black and White 2 when we actually did get sequels. And then there are certain changes to the Alola region as a whole, with the changes in the appearance of the route that we saw in the game, the addition of a possible new Pikachu area, which is really important for the concept of a sequel, and I'll get back to that in a minute. So there's really arguments for both sides, whether it's going to be an alternate story or a sequel, and personally, I think it could possibly be both. Now, the reason why I say it could possibly be both is because of that word alternate. They specifically chose the word alternate, and I think that was a very calculated choice on their part. We've had a lot of focus on alternate dimensions and space and all that mumbo jumbo in this generation. And so I think that these games definitely take place in an alternate dimension to Sun and Moon, where that is essentially where the alternate part of it comes from. It's an alternate dimension, so things are going to play out a little differently. However, I think it can still be a sequel because of the fact that we saw that things in the region are different, specifically the Pikachu area. And if you read Pikachu's Pokemon Sun Dex entry, it says that there was a plan that was recently announced to gather a bunch of Pikachu to make to make an electric power plant, and that's pretty much what this Pikachu area looks like in Ultra Sun and Moon. So that suggests a time skip, because now it was just announced in Sun and Moon, and now in Ultra Sun and Moon we see that sort of thing happening. So I think in this alternate dimension, it is just going to be an alternate telling with much of the things the same. However, the time skip is already factored in. So we might not see a change in the ages of the characters because they are in an alternate dimension as opposed to the same exact one, but this alternate dimension does have the time skip, so I think it could provide a best of both worlds situation. That, like I said, it's just a prediction, it's just a bit of speculation. However, I think that could really be an interesting take on the alternate story format. Now, another thing I want to mention is the term Ultra. Ultra Sun and Moon, it kind of just seems like a generic sequel title, but I think it is going to have a lot of significance into the story, and that is because of another term that we know of that has the word Ultra in it, and that is Ultra Space and Ultra Beasts. These were things that we were introduced to in Sun and Moon, and they were phenomenally important to the story, yet we were very briefly introduced to them, and we really didn't get a full-blown explanation as to what they were. We only visited Ultra Space once in a very condensed and limited area, and the Ultra Beasts were almost exclusively relegated to the post-game, where we were simply catching them and nothing was really explained about them. Now, I think it's possible, and frankly likely, that in Ultra Sun and Moon we will get a blowout of information on the Ultra Beasts and Ultra Space. We will learn more about where Ultra Space originated, more of its backstory, and we will learn more about the Ultra Beasts and their backstory and where they originated. I also think it's possible we could get some more Ultra Beasts because of this big blowout of information, and also because Masuda said that there will be new Pokemon that weren't featured in Sun and Moon in this game, and I think that could possibly mean Ultra Beasts. And finally, the final major prediction I have for the story of Sun and Moon is a lot of build-up to Diamond and Pearl remakes. The concept that is going on and the major themes of Sun and Moon and now Ultra Sun and Moon, of time, or of space and dimensions and all of that stuff, is just way too similar to the concepts of time and space in Diamond and Pearl to simply be a coincidence. I think what they're going to be doing in Diamond and Pearl remakes is going to be something that's bigger than what they've done in recent remakes. I feel like it's really leading up to this climactic event that is going to happen in these Gen 4 remakes. And I think they're going to use Ultra Sun and Moon to sort of build that up and hint more towards it. Now, I don't think they're going to just flat out virtually confirm that Diamond and Pearl remakes are going to happen, because that's not the way that Game Freak rolls. However, what I do think is going to happen is I think you're going to hear a lot of uses of the terms time and space and that sort of thing just kind of sprinkled all throughout the game to really give you that sense that there's something going on. And I really think that they are going to, in some ways, give you that sense of a climactic buildup that is eventually going to happen and pay off in Diamond and Pearl remakes. I think this is more than just a random sequence of games where you've got Gen 7 and then all of a sudden Gen 4 happens because they can remake a game. I think they are really going to factor in the story of Gen 7 into Gen 4 for a big climactic something. I think it's really I think the Gen 4 remakes are going to be more than just remakes, and so I think we can expect to see a lot of hints to those remakes in Ultra Sun and Moon. So there we have it, guys. Those were my sort of predictions and speculations about the story of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I want to know, however, what you guys think about it. I personally think that while anything can happen, I think these things are likely based on what we know. However, we don't know a lot, so definitely let me know what your guys' thoughts are about the trailer, about what it can mean for the story, and what you think the story could be. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you're new, because I upload Pokemon content every Tuesday and Saturday, and I'm going to be doing a lot of Ultra Sun and Moon videos, so you can expect to enjoy a lot of that here, and you can expect this to be a awesome place to go for Sun and Moon hype content. Anyways, though, with all of that being said, I will be back with another video soon. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I'll smell you guys later.